All right, can we normalize something? Love is not always easy. For some reason, people think that it requires absolutely no effort. And this episode is for you if you've always thought that way.
Yes. So, hi there, beautiful souls. Dr. Lise and Dr. Andrea here. Can we normalize something? First, love is not always easy, and that does not mean it's wrong. If that already makes you feel better to know this, do us a favor, subscribe and hit the like button, because let's normalize that real love together, not the fairy tale version of what love should be all about. So let's dive in. Today we are talking about why struggle is part of real love and how to use it to grow closer. Today's episode is when love feels hard and why that's normal. All right, so the effortless myth. I find that's one of the biggest challenges to true love, because we've been fed the fairy tale story and they live happily ever after. This belief has killed more relationships than anything else. You know why? Do you yourself have never any challenges within yourself?
No, of course not. That's the whole point of being on Earth School.
Exactly.
To go through challenges, to mess up, to pick yourself back up, to go through it again, and to continue building this resiliency within yourself, learning about yourself, learning about the world.
So, guess what happens when you are two people together? So, yes, you double the support, but you also double the challenges. So if you really, really think that love should be easy, you're in the wrong podcast.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because true love, think of the people you love in your life. Even if you have a child, how much work is it to have a child? Right now, you're even just keeping Margaret, a big fluffy dog. She is so lovely. But it's hard. It takes a lot of work. So being in a relationship, no matter which relationship you're going to be in, it takes a lot of work. So if you're single right now, we are helping you gain a lot of experience that will make it a lot easier to pick, the right partner for you. If you are already in a relationship, there are things that you can do that will make your life easier. And a lot of it has to do with letting go of how things should be and having the wrong idea of what love should feel like and how, your spouse should actually make you feel happy. It's so funny, especially when I work with women. If a woman comes to see me with a list this long of what's wrong with her spouse, I turn around and I say, so how is your career going? And 99% of the time, it's not going so well. It's because she can't get what she wants in there, and she wants a knight in shining armor to come and fix the spouse. When in fact, what she needs to do is actually learn to find it within herself, challenge herself, build her relationship with, herself and her career and all that. And then all of a sudden she's happy with her partner. I've seen this so often. It is such a common thing that happens for people. And also having deep-seated fears. I had this couple come to see me, and I think they've been together for 12 years. And in the beginning, it was really good. They had a great time, and then they got married, and they had a great time, and then they started having kids. And then all of a sudden, things started to go south. Interestingly enough, for them, it's the man who didn't want to have sex anymore. And she wanted to have sex. And she was ready to leave him because she was convinced that, she couldn't keep living like this. This wasn't fair. So doing the work that I do, I tested her, and I'm really willing and able to make love with my husband. She didn't want to make love with her husband. And it was very intense for her because she went back when she was a little girl, 5 years old. And her mom was so emotional. And she was crying all the time. And as a little girl, you watch your mom being like this and you go, oh my goodness, I never want to be like this. I never want to be in a relationship like this. Like, this is too dangerous, way too dangerous. So subconsciously, she had promised herself to never be in that situation. And when I tested him on I want to make love with my wife, he didn't want to, because when he was a little boy, he loved his mom so much. But then mom will ask you to make your bed, to do your homework, to put the garbage out, you know, and to behave. So he had associated loving someone so much with losing, exactly, with being engulfed, with having to give up on who he was. So within an hour doing the work together, they were in love again. Like, this is not the first time. Like, I had another couple come to see me, and they were from Australia, actually. And the photographer who had done work with me was speaking with a woman, and the woman was ready to leave her husband. And so the woman who did work with me, she told, like, book an appointment with Dr. Lise before you fly. So they came in, and then they were going to the airport. And it was the same thing for her. She was like so upset with her husband, believing he was the source of all the things. Then they realized that actually in a relationship, there's one person that seems to express the, you know, the good trait, the other person expressed the bad trait, but actually the trait serves both people. It stays in the comfort zone of how much intimacy that relationship can have. And when you do this kind of work together as a couple, it is so amazing, because instead of resenting your partner, now you understand their wounds. And now you feel empathy and love, and you want to nurture them. If you're with someone, when they hear about your story, wants to harm you, like, get out, don't stay there. But when you're with the right partner and they see where you're coming from, you grow more in love with each other. I had another client like this, the same thing. She brought me her husband for me to fix him, because obviously she was right and he was wrong, because she wanted to have sex and he couldn't get an erection. She's right, he's wrong. I know better. I start with her. I'm ready, willing, and able to make love with my husband. She was not, because 3 years prior he had had a stroke. So what would happen to me if I love him with all my heart and he dies? And when I tested him, I want to make love with my wife, he was not okay with it, because what would happen to her? So even though it looks like it's not, you know, right, it's actually, it serves the couple. And if you don't do the work, you're never going to experience true love. Like, I know for me, I love knowing this work, and we have a couple of coaches, and they are together, and they've said so many times, I don't know how any relationship can go deep unless you do this kind of work.
Yeah.
Because whenever something pops up, triggers are teachers. Like, whenever a fight happens or something is triggered, if you actually take this as an opportunity to go, there's an opportunity for me to go explore myself. Like, why am I being triggered? Because, you know, it can be, they always look at the toothpaste on the sink, and it's like, that means they don't love me. And then you do the subconscious work and you realize, it's just a story
from my past.
Yeah. Have you had that experience working in relationships?
No, not directly with a couple like that, no.
But with your couple, with the last relationship you were working on, you discovered some things.
Yeah, so much. Like, even just getting into a relationship, it was like, yeah, I really want to be in a relationship. And then I discovered that I was like terrified of the idea of being in a relationship, even though consciously I wanted it. When I went into the story, it was like, no, it's not safe for me to be in a marriage.
And
so
that's what a lot of us, because what was our first, most of us were born into families where the parents did not know about love either.
They were just surviving.
They were just surviving, exactly. They didn't have opportunities like now, where you can learn all this work and like actually get out. Like, I cannot imagine what it would have been like for my parents and grandparents when you're in a relationship and you feel like, my goodness, this is it. I'm stuck in this. because back then you can even divorce. I'm stuck in this for the rest of my life. That's when people would be unhappy, screaming, drinking, doing all kinds of things just because they didn't know how to get out of this. This is also one of the reasons why we are doing these podcasts with you right now.
Yes.
So what we are doing right now is helping you connect more with your heart. And if you want tools to navigate the hard moments and come out stronger, our Love is Safe starter kit is perfect. It's $7. It's a massive value. Grab it below, and please share this episode with couples who are struggling. Let them know it's normal and they're not alone. And remember, above everything else, that love is safe, and if it's not safe, it's not love. See you next Thursday. Bye for now.